I just wanted to make a scam awareness video before we turn the corner into December, because there are so many scams in circulation, and at this time of year, people are shopping for Christmas and also have their heads full of other things. My hope is that with a bit of luck, this video will prevent one or two people receiving that most disappointing of Christmas presents, that is, the realization that you've been scammed. First, there's a whole category of ads I keep seeing on vertical video platforms, all of which are scams, but also all of which are probably no longer in circulation by the time you're watching this. So what I want to do here is look at what they have in common, as these features are markers for newer versions of similar scams that probably are still around when you're watching this. Here's one for a mobile internet hotspot device, where supposedly you pay a one-off price and get free internet access for life.
Get free internet for life for just £39. The portable Wi-Fi developed by BT Group and University College London is now available in limited edition. No contract, no SIM card, no registration, no monthly subscription. Buy it home and use it for life. Get high-speed internet 10 times faster than traditional internet instantly. 500 kilobits per second even in remote areas and even on ocean ships. Connect 10 devices at the same time. Can be used on computers, mobile phones and tablets. Download a 2-hour HD movie in just 5 seconds. Open online sales today. Second device half price. Order now and use it. 10-year warranty. Immediate refund if there is any problem.
This is a scam. Internet connectivity nearly always requires an ongoing subscription charge. There have been exceptions in the past, but a lot of companies offering that sort of deal mysteriously went out of business. Regardless, free internet for life is an extraordinary claim. You should be skeptical. The next thing that's suspicious about this ad is the device they're demonstrating is not the same from one shot to the next, indicating this isn't an ad for a specific device, but rather a scam that's been cobbled together from assorted pieces of probably stolen footage. The devices shown are indeed wireless hotspot devices. You have to insert a SIM card into these with a data plan to make them work. If you click through and buy this scam, you won't get free internet for life. You will at best get one of these hotspot devices, and you will pay a vastly inflated price for it, or you might not get anything at all. Next, this ad for supposedly self-adjusting spectacles that automatically adapt to your prescription.
Have you ever seen reading glasses that don't need a prescription change? You can get glasses without needing a prescription with these imported German glasses. They use smart technology and are usable for prescriptions from plus 1.0 to plus 7.0 diopters. The glasses automatically adjust to your vision, ensuring clarity for both near and far viewing. They are comfortable to wear and have a blue light blocking feature, so your eyes won't tire even after long periods of time spent watching TV or using your phone. If your vision is poor or blurry, give these a try. You're sure to love them. Don't miss out on today's lowest price on the market. Click the link to purchase.
Again, this whole self-adjusting glasses thing is an extraordinary claim. There are such things as adjustable strength lenses, but they don't look like this. What they're showing here appears to be something like photochromic glasses, or maybe just sunglasses, together with some editing, specifically a blur mask to make it look like they're prescription lenses. Again, not all of the shots show the same glasses, which is again a marker of a scam. And it's probably worth noting that this hyper-fast talking text-to-speech style is another hallmark of these scam videos. I suppose I won't go as far to say that this style guarantees it's a scam, but there is a significant correlation, and it's just worth considering that this style of low-quality, cheaply produced ad is something that should give you pause even if you think it's a genuine company behind it. Here's another one for what looks like a fingertip pulse oximeter, but claims to be a non-invasive blood sugar measuring device.
As a diabetes patient, I always carry this non-invasive glucose meter with me when I go out. This non-invasive glucose meter only requires a gentle squeeze of the finger. It can detect blood sugar levels within a minute. It can also connect to your phone via Bluetooth, automatically saving measurements and allowing you to view trends in your blood sugar levels more transparently. The compliance rate with lab test results is as high as 90%, and it is a certified device. With it, you no longer have to endure the pain of finger pricks, and you can easily measure at home. It's also very convenient to carry around. A full charge is enough for 300 uses, and I use it to measure blood sugar levels usually before meals and before bed. This gives me great confidence, and you need this too. Click the link.
I am fairly sure this is a scam, but what's interesting is that they appear to have actually programmed the thing so that it's displaying blood sugar levels. Again, weird, frantic text-to-speech, inconsistent images of the supposed product, and an extraordinary claim. I know people have been working on non-invasive methods of measuring blood sugar, but I'm pretty sure this is not that. If you have any kind of chronic medical condition, I really don't think these ads are the best place to seek support for it. But in a wider, more general sense, just be wary of any kind of ad that uses this snake oil delivery style. Here's one that's so ridiculous it's kind of funny. It's an ad for how some scientists supposedly used AI to cure diabetes. The whole ad is made from AI slop. Let's look at it scene by scene.
Researchers in Bradford have crafted an innovative AI tool designed to revolutionize diabetes treatment.
So researchers in Bradford have created a revolutionary AI tool. Apparently they also took the trouble to enclose it in this stylish polished metal egg. This person has their right hand on the end of their left arm.
Utilizing advanced machine learning algorithms.
This person is intently studying their laptop screen from the wrong side of the laptop. I suppose it probably helps that the laptop screen is translucent. We can see the person through it.
This tool meticulously analyzes patient data to create personalized treatment plans.
What organ is this depicted on screen? You might be tempted to say that's a liver and that's the gallbladder, but that's not the gallbladder. It's the pot. 73%. Also, what are we even looking at here? It appears to be something on the screen of a full-size tablet that's perched on the hand of someone reaching toward us, but that would make it a tiny little tablet, but none of this makes sense.
Aiming to enhance patient outcomes and manage the condition more effectively.
And here's a picture of the Bradford Diabetes Clinic. Of course, to locals, Bradford is shortened to just Deford, because that's easier to say. Also, why are these people melting?
In a region with one of the UK's highest diabetes occurrence rates, this breakthrough holds significant promise for improving healthcare delivery and patient well-being.
Here's a group of people looking at a presentation of diabetes occurrence rates in the UK. Diabetes course rates. Wait a minute, if they're the other side of the transparent screen, why is the text readable towards us? Which side of the screen are they on? This guy looks like he might be in the foreground, or at least his face is. Also, just one tiny detail. What happened to the British Isles? Where is the Irish Sea? Is that even Ireland? Why does it have Cornwall on the end of it? What happened here? I didn't even bother clicking through to investigate this scam to see what it might be. It's going to be a scam. Why does such a ridiculously transparent scam even exist? Are people stupid? Who is falling for this stuff? Well, let's stop and think for a moment. When I said that I didn't bother to investigate, were you disappointed? Are you curious to know what's behind this ad? Curious enough to click, maybe? That's why this ridiculously transparent scam exists. Maybe it goes through to a scam product, maybe a page full of malware, maybe something else. But curious clicks are basically engagement, which will promote the website in search engine rankings and maybe also tailor the YouTube algorithm to show you more of the ads from the same source, some of which might not be so patently stupid looking. Anyway, here's another scam which is not new, but I've been seeing it a lot lately. PayPal money requests. These fool some people, but not in the way you might expect. Obviously, if you didn't buy something for $999 from a random lawn care company, you're not likely to just jump and respond to this by paying for it. You're perhaps slightly more likely to worry that it might be a fraudulent charge, and maybe think you need to do something to stop it hitting your bank. You don't need to do that because this is just a PayPal money request or invoice. Anyone with a PayPal account can send one of these to anyone else with an email address. So this scam email looks in some ways genuine because it does genuinely come from the PayPal system. But these don't turn into a charge until and unless you click the button to pay them. But nobody would do that, right? Well, not many people, I imagine. I suppose there is some small chance that you might receive one of these when you're expecting a genuine invoice for a similar item, and you might pay it by mistake if it looks similar to the one you're expecting. But that's not the scam. This is the scam. The narrative text that the scammer has entered here that makes it sound like there is an official contact channel to dispute this charge. But in fact, if you call the number here, you'll be talking to the scammers. That's the scam. If you call this number, they'll try to scam you on the phone, probably by trying to get you to volunteer details of your bank account or grant them remote access to your computer so they can perform a reverse charge scam of the type you've no doubt seen on scam baiting channels where they deal with phone scams. The best course of action for these PayPal money request scams is to forward them to PayPal's phishing email address, which despite its name is a catch-all mailbox for scam-related reports. The second best course of action is just to delete the emails and forget about them. No actual charge has been made. If you're even worried about that, don't click the links in the message. Just go directly to your PayPal account, log in there, and see if there really is a concern. There won't be. Next, a scam text message. Of course, the link is shady, and if we take a look at where it goes, it's a web page that's faked up to look like a government website, which promises the payment will be made to my bank after I provide a few details. Of course, the details include name and address, but on the next page they want details of a payment card. The page claims that a test payment of only £1 will be taken, and I imagine this puts some people off guard. But I see no reason to believe this. Anything could be happening on the back end of this website once the payment card details are entered. Or they could just be capturing this information to sell on to other, more aggressive scammers to use in other, more aggressive ways. This scam is especially despicable because it's targeting people on low incomes who most need help with their energy costs. A lot of people are probably going to look at all of these scams and say that they're obvious. And some of them are. But what's obvious to one person is not always obvious to another. Some folks say that people deserve to be scammed if they fall for one of these. I continue to disagree. Nobody deserves to be scammed, and blaming people vulnerable enough to get scammed is just adding insult to injury. So as I've said in the past, and I'm going to say again, instead of celebrating how easily you saw through these scams, please take a look around you. At your friends, your family, your colleagues, do you know any people who might be vulnerable enough to get scammed by these things? Is there any way that you can help to stop that from happening? The scam I want to talk about lastly in this video is one I've featured quite a few times in the past. That is fake USB storage. This was my last video on fake USB storage media about a year ago. And with now almost clockwork regularity, what seems to happen is that after a certain amount of time has passed, people start to assume that the price of genuine terabytes of flash storage must have dropped to the point where the real thing can now be purchased for the same price as could only buy the scam last year. This just happened again. It's been around a year since I made that video, talking about scams comprising terabyte-sized USB storage for apparently very reasonable prices, and how widespread those scams are. And just recently, comments have been filtering into the effect of, wow, just think this was a scam, when devices of that capacity are actually available at those prices now. And I think that's happening because it might be true that now scam products vastly outnumber genuine ones. Why would this be so? I suppose for a lot of things it's just easier to lie about that thing for money than it is to do the actual thing. I think rather than make the same video again where I buy one of these fake devices and test it and show how it's fake, we'll take a different approach. Here's me doing a Google shopping search for 2TB USB. Here are the results. All 12 of the products on this first page are fake, including these here that are branded Lenovo and HP. On the next page, 8 out of 12 results are fake. 3 that are probably not fake are external USB hard drives, which have a spinning disk drive inside them, and they're a different thing from USB flash storage. This last one down here has the wrong thumbnail image for some adapter, but when we click through to the listing, it does have another fake device, so that's 9 out of the 12 results were fake. On the page after that, all 12 of the results are fake devices, including examples bearing the branding of Lenovo, Xiaomi, and HP. And the Google shopping experience just goes on and on like that. The overwhelming majority of the results are just fake. The same experience happens on eBay, except we also have fakes there bearing branding from Sony and SanDisk. Unusually, Amazon was a little bit cleaner than usual for this scam this time, but that comes and goes. And I'm fairly sure that these devices, priced at around 10 times the price of the typical scam and upwards, are probably real. Although you might still get a scam device when you buy something that looks genuine on Amazon, for reasons I'll go into in a moment. But after a tiny amount of scrolling, I found the same or similar scam devices on Amazon too, including this one from a brand supposedly called Poxfun. How can I be so confident they are fake without buying and testing them? Usually I would respond to that question by buying one and testing it, and it would be fake. This year I'm taking a different tack. If you're earnestly asking the question, how can these all be fake? Stop. Just don't buy USB storage devices. You are just not safe to shop for these things, if you believe anything on this page might be real. There is a reason why all these listings look so similar despite whatever marketplace platform I search for them on. Because they are all ultimately coming from the same sources, drop shipping operations in China, where these scam devices are being manufactured. Sellers on eBay, Amazon, AliExpress and other marketplace platforms, even including Etsy now, are listing these dropship products. Dropshipping is not a new thing, but it's now so pervasive that scams operating via dropshipping have gone everywhere. Some of these sellers maybe aren't even aware that they're listing scam items on their marketplace accounts. Other sellers probably do know but don't care as long as they get paid. When I say these things are fake, what do I actually mean though? When you plug external USB storage into your computer and it appears as a drive, the capacity of that drive, the size that you see when you click Properties, is not calculated or counted by your computer. Instead, what happens is the controller chip inside of the device communicates with your computer and declares the storage capacity. This is true regardless of whether you're on Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, Chrome, or whatever. Your computer doesn't enumerate the amount of storage on the device because that would take too long. It just accepts whatever the device's onboard controller says it has. And unfortunately, it is absurdly simple to program the controller on a lot of these USB devices to just tell a bald-faced, outright lie. And not only will this fool your computer into thinking you have terabytes of storage available, it will also happily move terabytes of data into this non-existent storage. And if that's your only copy of the data, and it shouldn't be, by the way, it's gone forever. To make matters slightly worse, a lot of common file systems store the directory or catalogue or allocation table of the files at the very start of the volume, and then the actual file contents elsewhere. So this can make it look like all of those files did successfully copy onto the device. You might only notice a problem when you try to get them back. That's why a lot of people might seem to be saying that they bought one and it seems genuine. If you don't know the nature of the scam, it will seem genuine at first, right up to when it's too late and your data is lost. Some folks have said they avoid being scammed by only ever buying from a well-known and well-respected brand. But just buying something with a brand name on it won't protect you. About half of these scam items we looked at before had brand names on them. It's really just not that hard for scammers to print a brand name on something, assuming the thing they send you is even the same as the thing depicted in the listing. And some scams go as far as producing fake packaging for the fake devices, which adds another layer of potential confusion to the mix, particularly on Amazon. For products where Amazon actually stocks the items in their distribution centers, they often treat stock items as fungible. For example, let's say that there are 2 Amazon distribution centers separated by some geographical distance. 2 sellers both sign up with Amazon to sell flash storage devices, and for reasons of logistics, seller A stock goes into the northern distribution center, whereas seller B's stock goes into the southern one. Because these items are superficially the same, they have the same external appearance, same description, same barcode and brand on the packaging, Amazon regards these as all one big collection of the same thing. Except in this case, seller B is a scammer, or maybe seller B has been scammed. Either way, the stock that seller B put into the southern warehouse is fake. Seller A's stock in the northern warehouse is the real thing. Now some customers place orders. Those orders will typically be fulfilled using the stock that's in the nearest Amazon distribution center. So even if they bought it from seller A, who stocked the real items up north, if they live close to the place where Amazon received and stored seller B's stock down south, that's where the item will be shipped from. From Amazon's point of view, they took in a total amount of stock of the same item, and they accounted for one of that total number of items being sold from seller A, and they supplied one item of stock out of the total pool. So everything's still completely square and accounted for. But they supplied a fake item on behalf of a real seller. And when you add in things like returns being restocked and internal balancing stock movements to keep everything available at different distribution centers, the fakes can go everywhere and pollute the sales from genuine sellers quite pervasively. Even potentially the sales from actual item brand storefronts on Amazon. So what should you do if you want to buy flash storage and you don't want to get scammed? Some people say to buy from a real physical store, but I'm sad to say that even that isn't 100% guaranteed now, as the buyers who are responsible for getting the stock into those stores are human beings, some of whom are susceptible to well-crafted and plausible-sounding scams. I've seen numerous reports of people buying fake USB drives from Walmart, for example. Not Walmart Online, which is just another marketplace like Amazon and eBay, but people have bought fake 2TB USB drives from physical Walmart stores. At this point, the best advice seems to be buy direct from the brand. Not the brand storefront on Amazon, but go to the brand website, SanDisk, Crucial, Samsung, Kingston, whatever. And if they have an online store, buy directly from their website. You will notice 2 things when you do that. Firstly, the range of capacities doesn't always go as high as the results you'll find if you just do a Google shopping search. And the prices on the higher capacity devices will typically be higher than you will see on a Google shopping search. And this is just because the nature of the scams that happen on the wider marketplace is to flood the market with things that make high-performance promises and have low-sounding prices. The phrase, "you get what you pay for," kind of fell out of fashion for a little while during the optimistic early days of the online shopping boom, when, with sufficient legwork, you could find lots of genuine bargains. But I think it's back. You get what you pay for. Nowadays, the harder you go on trying to find a bargain, the more scams you're going to encounter. That's all I have for now, so thanks for watching, stay safe from scams, and I hope to see you again soon.